Welcome to the Parts Unknown, known as the Clem and Claw Show. Second and fourth Mondays of every month, 9:30 p.m. Eastern Time, 8:30 Central Time, 6:30 on the West Coast. Uh, as usual, early Happy Valentine's Day to all the people, all the lovers. You know who you are. Fellas, make sure you take care of your girlfriend or your wife because if you don't, you'll hear about it. This is one of those days that you will hear about it. Besides the birthday and besides the anniversaries. So I'm just saying that now because I don't want to get y'all fellas. We don't want to get y'all in trouble in the doghouse for that. Other than that, Super Bowl was great. That was like the best part of the whole Super Bowl experience. Really, the build up was decent. Halftime performance, Rihanna, she was okay. We all know. I ain't gonna say too much. We all know the background story behind her. So we got that. Halftime commercials or a couple good ones. The game was good. Other than that, nice solid weekend, pretty much. And yourself, how'd your weekend go besides the game?
Besides the game, it was good. It was simple. Um, like I said, the game. I just wish that the ending would have been better. I didn't care for the
I agree.
flag.
I agree.
Um, not saying it's not a penalty. I just felt like it shouldn't have been thrown. Um, yeah. So that's just me. I think the game deserved a better ending than what we got. Given that it's
Agree.
35-35, 5 minutes left, both teams could reasonably get one more possession out of it, and the habit where that wasn't the case. But then again, for the Eagles, you got to stop people. Here it is. You had the third most sacks in NFL history for a season, and you did not even get a quarterback hurry or a pressure hit on the guy, much less a sack. So,
Credit
yeah.
to the Kansas City Chiefs off of the line because as people didn't understand, this team has only allowed 29 sacks this season. It's like the third best in the NFL. So as much as everybody talk about Philadelphia's sack rate, which was I think it was 77. You talk about
Mhm.
the regular season and the playoffs. Credit to the Kansas City's uh offensive line for keeping Patrick Mahomes somewhat stable.
Right.
Granted, though, he not trying to disrespect him, but I wouldn't have given the MVP to him. I would give it to Jalen Hurts. That boy was on fire yesterday. Well, yeah, 304 yards passing. The man's had, I think,
340 yards passing, 70 yards was
yeah,
rushing, the most rushing yards in the Super Bowl by a quarterback. I mean, over 410 yards. Total offense, I mean, the fact that Patrick Mahomes get MVP, he didn't even get 200 passing yards. It's like, how did that happen? And it
thank you.
just, yeah. And let's be honest, one of them touchdowns was actually on Jalen Hurts fumbling the ball. So it's like,
Correct.
it just, I
Correct.
almost argue Jalen Hurts should have been MVP even in a losing effort, than
Yeah,
Patrick Mahomes.
you're not the only one. When they had that poll where they said who's the MVP, I picked Jalen Hurts. It was no doubt in my mind. When someone rushes for three
If
touchdowns, which is the first quarterback
if
to rush for
Jalen
three
did not play
touchdowns,
the way he played, there wouldn't have been no
they're not
game.
winning.
The game's a blowout.
Fantastic. Jalen Hurts, you have nothing to hang your heads about, man. Your future is looking bright from what I can tell. And you're only 24 too. So you can stay somewhat healthy, improve your passing game some more. Watch out.
Now for your Cowboys, that dude ain't going nowhere soon in the
I know.
division.
My Cowboys, I'm not optimistic with my Cowboys right now. As long as Jared Jones is running the team, I don't see anything in our future. in our future.
Now,
I'm
what I
sorry.
thought was funny was the fact that when they announced him during the game, Dak Prescott being man of the year, and all the Eagles fans started booing him, and I was like, "Yep, he wouldn't want to no other way." It's like, don't be
No other
fake at
way.
the Super Bowl now.
It's
This
the
any other place, Philly fans are
like
booing.
the Philly fans will boo anybody. If it's not one of their own, you're getting booed. It doesn't matter.
But I mean, especially if it's Dallas, the Giants, or Washington, you definitely getting the boo. Everybody
Because
else
it's
they'll
not.
be civil. Them three, you getting the boo. Oh, and Pittsburgh, you'll get booed too.
Oh, Pittsburgh and Dallas is like public enemy number one for Philadelphia.
Yeah,
Just
they're
because
getting
they're in the
both.
same state. Dallas is because Dallas and Philadelphia fans, we just don't like each other. It's just well known. When you're in the same division for like 60 plus years, it's kind of obvious. No disrespect to the players. The players are gonna be nice and all that stuff. Fans, we do not like them. They do not like us. That's just how it goes.
Yeah.
They feel like Dallas Cowboy fans are front runners, which most of the time we are. They're not lying. It's facts. Let me call it as such. The majority of Dallas Cowboys fans are front runners. At the beginning of the season, everybody's like, "Oh, we're gonna do good. We're gonna be good." I'm wondering if people would like, let's wait to the end of the season, and then when we lose, y'all start pointing fingers.
So when you got people like Skip Bayless going out there talking about, yeah,
That's it.
we can't wait till we play y'all next season. We gonna beat y'all. So I'm like, y'all already hollering about, God, dog,
I love Skip
Skip.
Bayless, but he does not
Game
represent
ain't
me.
even been cold 20 minutes. Game ain't been over 20 minutes. He already hollering about next season. I'm like, sound like a Cowboy fan.
Uh-oh. He's really hollering already. Is he
He
really
already
hollering?
hollering. He already hollering about beating the
Oh
Eagles
no.
next year. I'm like,
Be quiet. Skip Bayless, you my guy. Be quiet. I don't claim you. Be quiet. You just a pundit running your mouth. Be quiet. You're not suffering like us. Be quiet. The real Cowboy fans suffer for 27 years. We've seen what Jerry Jones is doing to our organization. You just a critic running your mouth, trying to get glory. Be quiet. I don't want to hear from you. Zip. Talk to me. Talk to me when we make the NFC Championship game. When we actually make the NFC Championship game. I don't even care about winning games. If we actually get to the NFC Championship game. Ever since we made the NFC Championship game in 1995, there's only two teams that have not made the NFC Championship game: the Detroit Lions and the Dallas Cowboys. Think about that for a minute. That's embarrassing. Okay, I had to get off my soapbox. I had to get that off my chest because I need to talk to these
I
Dallas Cowboys
see.
fans.
I I,
I
I,
need to
I,
talk to them.
I see that's a triggering moment. It's just
It is because most of them are annoying me. Y'all just talking a bunch of nonsense. There's a difference between being a fan and being ignorant, right? Or being a village idiot, as you would call it. There's a difference.
mm,
Fans know are realistic. If you have known the Dallas Cowboy history, it's been like this for 27 years. We've had Tony Romo. He's failed. We have Dak Prescott. He's been in the league for 8 years. He's what did he won? Three playoff games, and y'all hailing him like he's somebody else. He beat an old Tom Brady, who's not good. He beat an old Russell Wilson, who was in decline when he was in Seattle. And who was the other game they won? That's one
they're
more
one
game.
and they're 1-2. Both him and Tony Romo got the same playoff record at 1-2.
Was it 1-2? I thought Prescott won another game because I know he beat Tampa Bay this year. There was one year that they beat they got to play the Rams and they got beat in that game. That was the divisional round. Who was that? That was the year the Rams won the Super Bowl. That was 2 years ago.
No, y'all they when the Rams won the Super Bowl, y'all
Oh yeah,
lost to San
we lost the
Francisco
49ers.
because you
Yeah,
lost to San Francisco 2 years in a row.
that's right. Don't remind me. We got beat them. Don't remind me. And ironically enough, the 2 years we had a chance to beat them were the past 2 years we had a chance to beat them, and then our quarterback going to do stupidness. So, all right, enough of that nonsense. Let's get to the news.
And the
Okay, when it
Saints
comes to the
still need a quarterback. I
who is your quarterback, anyways? I know James
don't
Winston's on
know.
a
They
is on,
they
on a
they talked about bringing in Derek Carr. Derek Carr had permission to speak. I'm like, to me, he's Andy Dalton 3.0. So I'm like,
he is, and he goes, and you know what the news is? Now he don't want to join you. He said, "I don't want to be traded to any team." That's what his words is. He Derek Carr. Derek Carr, you're a good quarterback, but I have news for you. Know your role and be quiet. There's a reason why you out of Las Vegas. You was not that good. Okay, if you was that good, you gotta let them to something. You an okay quarterback. When the game's on the line, you are a turnover machine. I'm sorry.
yeah.
Yeah, I give you a exhibit. Kansas City this year. You were winning. You were blowing them out. You started making turnovers. Kansas City came back and they beat you. Be quiet.
Mm,
Be happy that you're on a good team. Saints is a decent team. If Michael Thomas can stay healthy, if Alvin Kamara can stay healthy, it's not like the Saints are scrubs on offense.
mm,
Defense has what Cameron Jordan. It has what's his name Marshawn Lattimore. It's not like the Saints are scrubs. They just need better quarterbacks. If they get a better quarterbacks, they'll be winning the NFC South. People forget Tom Brady's
right,
retired. Tom Brady's going down.
right.
Atlanta's not that great, and Carolina is suspect too. Saints can win the division
The
next year.
division next year edges.
Horrible.
Half of a 2/3 of a quarterback. Jesus.
Jeez, your division is horrible. I don't even know who's the quarterback. Who's the starting quarterback for the Atlanta Falcons? Is it Mariota or
I,
that Dustin Renner guy from
the
Cincinnati?
The rookie, Ritter.
Who's Carolina's quarterback?
Uh,
Darnold.
PJ Walker, for all I know. I don't know.
Okay. Anyways, a lot of stuff happening. Catfight news. The Civil Star thing. I didn't really care too much about that, so I passed that one over. What was the other? Oh yeah, the other one that came up. Actually, there were a few that came up that weren't on the list from last time. It turns out that Slap City is back with his latest one. It involved two personal trainers, so people who want
Mhm.
to be interesting. I'm not gonna say too much. According to Slap City, at least on Twitter, he said uh, the rules are pretty much almost the same. He allowed face slapping, so that was a thing.
Mhm.
So he allowed that, and then there were some grabs. He allowed that. He did his chokes. He allowed chokes, but only to the hands and only to the neck. So not really the choking version, if you know what I mean. He said the match lasted 8 minutes. He said it was one sided. His words. I'm not giving out the result. He says this is one sided. His
Mhm.
words. So he's bringing the price down accordingly, and I think he has it on his Gumroad page. The ladies' names are Akela and Amanda. So, and he says he has another cat fight lined up in March. So think of that information what you want. Uh, let's see who else. Your boy Sweet Fights is back again too. He also pulled out another one, another cat fight. It involved Stephanie again. For people who don't know who Stephanie is, she fought against Angel in the last one, and she is fighting against a lady that used to fight for Sweet Fights, named Bella Gypsy, which is Ruby is her name. Uh, there's a couple pictures of that fight, so that fight got released at some point on the weekend. So he said it's
Mhm.
coming in February. So I'm going to guess we only have like 15 days. So he's going to probably release it on Gumroad at some point in time. Oh yeah, and then Mexican Catfight is also back. He has the girl named Verify. I can't say her name, but it's spelled Vifiyah. Anyways, he has a sync, and his rules are kind of different. He has a catfight where it's only one round and it's like 15 minutes. Most submissions win. I think this is the first time he's done this, but the normal rules of face slapping and everything is involved. She's
Mhm.
fighting. She is fighting a new girl named Suset. I think it's spelled Suset. So I think it's the price is it $38 or the 28? I think it's 28. 28 American dollars if you
28.
want 28. So yeah, you have to go to the Gumroad page and then you can pay for that. And that's supposed to come out in February also. So yeah, man, that's pretty much it right now. And for people who are asking me about, and people want to know about that Little Rampage versus Paris Love fight, it's getting closer. The only problem is they're halfway through what they need. I think they need 1,000. They're like 500. So people get to it. Stop talking about you want stuff. I'm coming after my industry now. I'm leaving you. You got you out of it, Klaus. I'm talking to the village idiots. I'm talking about the people that want stuff for free and don't want to pay for anything. Newsflash, people. If you want fights to happen, you actually have to pay out of pocket, people.
Mhm.
Producers are not wasting time with these things because they have to buy cameras. They gotta get mats. They gotta get airfare. They gotta get hotels. They gotta get girls to agree to contracts, rules. So as fans, if you want to see cat fights and you want to see stuff happen, you gotta make it happen. No one is selling anything for free. They don't sell no UFC fights for free. They don't sell no boxing fights for free. Everything is cost. It's a cost. Promoters gotta promote. So when they gotta promote, they gotta go out of pocket too. And if we want to watch stuff, we have to go out of pocket. That's my other soapbox soliloquy because yeah, I'm on one tonight, as you can tell.
I see. Yeah, I see. I see. That's a, definitely getting your licks in. Getting your licks
And
in.
at the same time, since I'm talking about the fans, I'm gonna talk about the fighters too because I'm defending you guys too. Fighters, it's important. Pay attention, fighters. When you decide to do a fight, make sure you go all the way in. You can't go halfway in. You can't go 3/4 of the way in. Once you make an agreement, once you're making an agreement with a producer, unless it's something that you is out of your control, a death in a family, that time of the year, y'all know what I'm talking about. All that kind of stuff. A school graduation. inclement weather, something like that. If it's any of those four, three, that is understandable, and the fight will be, and the fight will be rescheduled. But if it's none of that, you have to. If you agree to a fight, and the producers are paying the money, and they're taking their time out of their busy schedules, just like you're taking the time out of your busy schedules, you owe it to the producers and you owe it to the fans, the hardworking fans that are paying their hard-earned money to see this. We don't have to do this. We really don't have to do this. This is like a fetish for everybody. Producers don't have to do it. Y'all don't have to do it. The fans don't have to pay to do it either. But once you're doing this, we need y'all to go all the, give your 100% on the match. And what happens, happens. There's going to be times where you get dominated. There's going to be times where it's going to be a good fight. It happens. But just understand that when you do these things, you're going to have bruises. It's just part of the business. It's part of sport. This is how it is. If you want to do fantasy and all that stuff, make sure you make sure that you tell the producers that you're into fantasy. Let the fans know that it's fantasy. We don't need y'all to say this is a cat fight and all we see is hair pulling, and we don't see any of the tactics that are cat fights. So, which is annoying me because you know what I'm talking about with all this. Oh, this is this and all this stuff. All we see is people playing around and rolling around. It's not a cat fight, people. Make sure your stuff is clear, producers and fighters. You have anything else to say? Because I'm on it right now.
No, you definitely on in Fuego tonight.
With that being said, let's get to the topic that we were supposed to have. Unfortunately, our fans are failing us right now. But the topic that he put on the thing was, "What is your favorite thing about catfighting?" And I'll go first since I'm on one right now today
Yeah.
tonight. So basically, I have a few things I'm looking for. The most important thing in a catfighting is aggression. when you're on when you're on the match, girls, you have to understand there is nothing wrong when you're on the match. You are free.
The question, wait a minute, but you going now into definitions, which we beat that horse the last couple of minutes. The question is do you fall in why did you fall in love? Not what it
Well,
is. And that's the
oh, why did I
question.
fall in love with? I'll
Yeah.
tell you why I fall in it. Why I love it. The aggression, primal, everything.
Okay.
That's those are at least two things you ask. So those are two: primal aggression, struggle. So there's three, and that's what I got for you on those three. I could go more into depth, but I don't want to kill more time than I need to.
No, you can. I mean,
So yeah, so yes, the competition, the struggle. I'm gonna let you use your word. That's why I'm not saying your word. I'll let you use your word. I already know where you're going there. So yes, the primality, the aggressiveness, the competitiveness, your will against against your will against your opponent's will. So that's why I like guy fighting.
um, I like the fact that it's something to where you have the fact that it's a form of combat that um, that's inherently geared towards women. 'Cause men don't catfight. It just that just a subculture um, that if you engage in it, the thing that I like is to see women who engage in it. Giving it like you said, they're all
Hmm.
and especially in more competitive setting, because just testing to see on this day who's better, who's on top, is me, is the other person, you know,
Yep.
um, that realness of it, and that's regardless of skill level.
Yep.
Um, that you are, the better that you can be performing, and you always want to be pushed and tried and tested and things of that nature. So that's always good to see. Um, yeah, so that's pretty much why I love it. I mean, it's just seeing the outfits and seeing what the ladies come up with, the
Hmm.
wear, because I look at the outfit as part of your confidence, your character, your
Agree.
your I just love all of that. What color scheme you want to come with and stuff that makes your skin pop and stand out. Like a peacock. That kind of thing. Yeah, and then how you can even use some of your outfit as a weapon, depending on how you build it and put it together. Like the really astute ones can do that, and it's just more the mental gymnastics of the game, what you can do with it, um,
Yep.
and those edges can help you propel you to win. Your speed, your stamina, your strength, your size, your spirit. We've talked about the S's before. Your smarts. How many of those do you have more than your opponent? And then let the struggle begin.
Oh yeah, another thing that is very good. Another reason why we like catfighting is the bigger, taller girl does not always win these catfights. That's another thing that we love about catfighting because that's another thing.
Hmm.
That's another thing. Like you always say, it depends on who's better on that particular day. You might be taller than me, you might
Right
be heavier
there.
than me, but if I have the fight, inside of me more than you on that particular day, you know, I will win or you win that particular day. So the competitiveness, like you said, that's another thing. And it's always interesting. Another thing I like about catfighting, it's always interesting that when you have your first catfight and as we say, you learn. That's why I always ask the question. Right, I took that from you. I remember what you told me some time ago. What do you learn in your first catfight that you can apply to your second fight? Everybody can improve. So catfighting is about progress, is about improving, and being better, or it
Hmm.
should be. Like you said, losing is part of it, but losing should not be discouraging to you, right? It's a lesson for you to learn. For you to learn
Hmm.
and get better. And catfighting, and another thing I love about catfighting, you said it. Catfighting is about stamina, endurance, and mentality. Mentality. That's a big word, I know, but that's what catfighting is. It's about stamina, endurance, and mentality. If you don't have any stamina or endurance, you're gonna get tired easy. And if you have the mentality to overcome, that probably is a difference in the fight too.
Hmm.
Mentality and stamina and endurance also goes with a lot of sports, not just catfighting. Every sport.
Hence why I feel it's more of a sport than it is a fetish. But we've been down that road before too.
Okay, I think I sent out a text. Let's see if she answers. If she don't, we're just gonna wrap up this show and keep it moving. So I'm gonna give it about another 5 minutes, 10 minutes, and from there we just keep it moving because I think we covered just about everything we need to cover
Hmm.
tonight. I don't think there's anything else to talk about. Right, we're being
Hmm.
serious.
No,
You know what? Let's keep it moving.
no,
Go ahead.
no.
Go ahead.
Yes. Let's keep going. Yeah, because
You ready to end the show and get into the what you call it thing? To the sidebar, or you want to just find some other stuff that you want to
no,
get off your
um,
chest?
no. I'm good. I know, like I said, we got Valentine's. Our let's say, I guess we can also show some love. Two things I definitely want to do. One, show some love to our favorite wrestlers.
Let's do it.
Those that are active. I would say for me, definitely is Reagan. Definitely want to
Agree.
show love to her. Another person, I know this one may shock you. Kim Chi Fetish. I think she's a great talent for the industry. Definitely show her some love. Lana LeGur, definitely show her some love.
Mhm.
Those two definitely will. Just for any lady that decides to take it up. It's just that to show love and appreciation, valor. We can keep going down the list.
We might as well.
Um,
We got time. We might as well.
um, Laura Cross and Sarah Brooke and different ones. Yeah,
Yep.
so all of them that's been on the show and stuff like that. Some shape,
Yeah.
form, fact. Tilly, of course, another friend of the show.
Yeah. Definitely got to show
Um,
some love to Tilly.
yeah.
Definitely showing love to Sarah. Like I said,
Mm.
Reagan. Shout out to who else? Gia Love, of course. Valor, you said already. Patience. I'm going to put her in here now. Put her in here. Definitely her. Let me see who else is. Definitely Lyric. I got put her in there and sexy
I'm
wife.
trying. I'm leaving all the retired folk out. I'm
Oh yeah,
leaving
you
them
said
out.
retired
We're
people.
going act. We're going active
Oh yeah, I'm trying to
because
see
if
who
we
else.
start going retired, we can go back all the way back
Yeah, I know.
to the
Sorry,
dead and
my bad. You said
Fatu
that.
and
You
folks
said active.
walking the earth. Yeah,
I'm trying to see who else. Oh, I guess Chikara's active, so I guess I'll put her in
Shakar.
here.
Yeah.
Who else is active? I'm trying to think. There's so many people who are inactive, man. It's kind of hard to figure out who the
Right.
active
Well, that's why I'm
people.
saying it keeps it short. So
All right,
yeah.
I think I covered it. I think I covered all the bases I could think
Yeah.
of. Go ahead.
Last but not least, I also want to send condolences to not only the family but to the fight
Mm,
community at large. From since
yep,
the last episode, we had
yep,
Amethyst Hammerfist. You know, she
yep,
had passed away.
yep.
Passed away. And I think she was making an announcement of coming back. Actually, you know,
Yeah,
and
she
doing
was.
some sessions
Yes,
and stuff like that.
she was.
You know, overseas legend. I would have loved to seen her do some
Me too.
cross fight stuff with some of the ladies here on U.S.
Hmm.
soil. You know, I think she was, you know, her spirit. Like I've seen a few of her matches and things of that nature
Bye
of
bye.
all years ago. And you know, the first thing you always notice was the hair, and then
Yep.
but from there, but the skills to back it up, you know, that she had. She always
Facts.
brought a lot of great energy in her matches.
Sure did.
Um, was like I said, truly a talent. Somebody. She wasn't the biggest girl. She wasn't the smallest girl. She wasn't. In fact, she was very skilled. Now, granted, very skilled, and then being there where you had a lot of ladies who the skill level was just high. I mean, she always held her own, you know,
Mm,
kind of thing. And so, just yeah, it's sad, man. It's sad. It's sad that
very sad,
you know
man.
such a life is taken how those
Yeah.
going, you
Too
know. And
young.
so
She died too young, and she looked like she was about to be right. She was a upcoming star, but she looked like she was about to get to the next level, coming back, like you
yeah,
said.
yeah. I
Got
mean, she definitely was a star. I mean, that was. I mean, she was one of the few international folks that I really was paying. You know, after Monica and you know Helen Vermont and you
yep,
know and those ladies. You know, she was definitely one. But yeah, it just definitely just wanted to send condolences out to her family and things of that nature. You know, it just that and then her wrestling family and things of that nature. That she definitely will be missed. She definitely will be missed.
I think I came around something else. I don't know if this is. I don't know if this is accurate too. I don't want to. I was gonna say it, but I want to make sure. I want to confirm it. But I've been told that Lady Ellen might have passed away at some point.
Mm.
I don't know if that's accurate or not. I saw that somewhere. I might have to look that up to be that sure. For people who don't know, Lady Ellen is the one that was in the California catfight at least at some point in time. So I don't know if she's dead or not. I have to look to confirm, which I'm going to
Mm.
do now. So let me see. I saw this somewhere, so I got to be sure. I don't want to just say it and then be wrong. So let me look.
Yeah, because I hadn't heard or seen anything of that. So and I know she had did some stuff with fighting Wildcats. I think it was like with some of her last matches, or at least that I
Correct.
know of.
Correct. Let me see. Yeah, I don't want to say I heard that. I don't know if it's true. That's why I'm checking real quick. Because if it is true, she's one of those ones that she was known in the wrestling world for quite a few things. So
Mm.
I haven't seen it
Them-
so confirmed. But I did see
uh-huh.
somewhere though. Because if it's false advertisement, whoever it
Uh,
is, yeah, y'all need to take that post down quickly. That's all I'm going to say. So I haven't seen anything. So I'll just hold my peace on that to actually see
okay,
something.
okay.
Yeah, people love your loved ones, man. You never know when they're gonna be gone when it comes to the
Well,
amethyst thing, because we really don't know. Still, don't know what was the cause of her death. We won't know for a while. We know that one of her wrestling communities they were setting up a funeral. I saw. I know I read that somewhere in the Twitter. I forgot who it was who wrote that, but yeah.
yeah.
And there was another lady in the industry, fetish industry. For people who don't know, I don't know. Her name's called Gigi Lynn. I think she was also one of these male fetish ones. I heard that recently passed away because Reagan was talking about her. Gia Lane was talking. Gia Lowe was talking about her. There was a few people that was talking about her. So she had some kind of an impact on people like them. So that's another
Because it's
one.
in the fetish community. Right, right. Yeah. So, yeah, because I don't know Gigi Lynn, how much wrestling she done or whatever, but, just being just in the circle, and just that's
She's
definitely,
definitely in the circle because Reagan's not one to talk about you like that, right? We all know she's a friend of the show. She's very blunt. She's very straightforward. So that's saying a
yeah.
lot. So yeah, so all those people were mentioned. Rest in peace. Rest in peace. Your impact is not lost upon the people who are still alive in your industry. It doesn't matter if it's a catfight industry, the
Mm.
fetish industry. The catfight industry, fetish industry is all entertainment with a purpose and purpose entertainment. So that's all we have to say on that. Now, as for the rest of the show, we're about to end this right now because I feel like this is a good place for us to end. Uh, our next show is going to be February 27th. For people who don't know, that's going to be after Valentine's Day, and it's going to be the day before the end of February. As this is Black History Month, we got the shortest month of the year. We don't have to say too much. We keep it moving. Second and fourth Mondays, 9:30 p.m. Eastern Time, 8:30 Central Time, and 6:30 on the West Coast. Our credits are coming right now. I'm gonna give you some minutes. Yes, you can contact me on the interwebs, social media as Clem underscore Akufo on IG and Clem Akufo on Twitter.
And I can be reached on at Closewell on Twitter or IG.
And we can all be contacted by prayer, as he used to say back back in the time, back in the day.
You remember that? Yeah.
I remember
No, we can
we can
put that
both
to
be
my
used for prayer. So yes, fans, we want to thank all of y'all again. I know that this is late for y'all. For some people, it's early morning. For some people in around the world in Asia, and sorry, Australia, New Zealand, and for all the people in Europe, it's like pretty much. If we're looking at Oklahoma time, it's pretty much 3 o'clock in the morning for you guys. Pretty
Mm.
much. So I know that eventually, at some point, maybe on Wednesday or Thursday, maybe on the weekend, you'll be able to watch this. Uh, we want
We
to thank you
thank you for
guys.
your support. Yep.
Thank you for your support. Thank you for your support and your conversations in this fetish that we call catfighting, which is a complex thing,
Mm.
which is very complex. Uh, we want to wish everybody again have a happy blessed happy Valentine's Day. Until then, until 2 weeks from now, my name is Clement Okufo. This is Klaus Webb. We are from the parts unknown. Have a good night, everyone. Peace. Good night.
Peace.